So we have another great chef on the show today, and we're going to hear some interesting stories and a little bit about culture. So let's welcome Pat Chaimontree. Hey, Pat.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good to see you on the show.
Likewise.
So tell us a little bit about your restaurant. So it's Banh Mi Caphe in Hamilton.
Right. That's right.
And you serve, is it mostly Vietnamese food?
Yes, so we serve Vietnamese food, how my grandmother-in-law wanted us to serve it as her recipe. At some point, we want to start it off with a Thai restaurant, but my wife, sort of being my wife, she think outside the square. So she kind of like, hey, look, there's 5 Thai restaurants, but there's no Vietnamese restaurant.
Oh,
so
okay.
let's just do it, you know? So,
you're from Thailand, sorry.
That's right, yeah.
Okay. And your wife is from Vietnam?
That's right. She's born here, so their family came here after the war.
Right.
So you kind of think, well, back then they have to adjust to a new way of life. As in, you know, you come over here from after the war, they're not used to the food here. And I think their family just did their best of adjusting the ingredient to what's available here. As you can see, I mean, we're not the hottest country in New Zealand.
Right, yeah.
Whereas, like, you know, you get the mint. For example, one of the challenge being, for example, cucumber. You know, in summer it's only like $2-3, but in winter it's $8.
Yeah. And you use a lot of cucumber.
Mint, basil, coriander, everything's gone straight up in winter.
And you're growing a lot of your herbs yourself, aren't you?
That's right, yeah. So I mean, after a few years, we're not going to pay these anymore. Let's just build our own greenhouse, and yeah, it's a lot better.
So now, how long have you lived in New Zealand?
So I've been here almost 27 years ago.
Whoa!
Yeah, I arrived here 27 years ago, so yeah.
And you were how old?
13 or something
13.
like that, yeah.
So how did you end up in New Zealand?
Hate to admit it, but I think my mum and dad didn't like me so much back then, you know? Yeah.
So you were a bit of a troublemaker, right?
That's right. So as you know, most of the time if you're naughty, they send you away to boarding school. But I think my mum and dad said if they send me to a boarding school in Thailand, I still manage to maybe get around, not go to school. But if they send me to a boarding school in a different country, I can't even like get on the plane or anything like that.
Oh my God, you poor thing.
Yeah.
13 years old.
I know, but hey, look, I think I'm actually really thankful for what they did. I mean, you know, it's actually taught me a lot of stuff. Yeah. And you have to grow up really quick by just doing that. And I mean, I don't think I would have done it any other way, to be honest. So it's probably the best thing that happened.
So what got you interested in cooking?
It's kind of like a necessity, I guess, because, again, did you learn how to cook when you were 13?
Yeah, I started cooking,
yeah. But with me, you know, my mum just cooked, but I don't know anything about cooking. And once I got sent away, you know, boarding school, there's meals and stuff like that. But after boarding school is when it gets interesting. I used to just go out and buy some takeaways, and that's when you realize you have no money. So I better start cooking. So I started cooking, and I kind of like, hey, this is not too bad. This is quite fun, you know, cooking. And I was at uni at the time, and I wasn't really enjoying it. So I gave up uni and went to Polytech instead, and just learned cookery and chef and hospitality management. And here we are.
So was there any particular person who inspired you a bit?
Again, probably, I remember watching Rick Stein.
Rick Stein, oh,
yeah, because back then I don't think there was like that actual TV chef. I think he's the first TV chef, right? And I was like, this guy is pretty awesome. He get to go around the world, cook some food, eat some food. And like, hey, I want to do that. I want to travel around the world and just eat all this different food. Yeah, so he's probably my hero, believe it or not. I mean, and he's been around for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I remember he came here maybe 2-3 years ago.
Did you meet him?
No, not quite. I had to work. as you know, in hospitality, it's very hard to get a day off, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Banh Mi Cafe. What are some of your great dishes there? And I understand that you said that you've learned a lot of the recipes from your grandmother. Is that your wife's grandmother or your grandmother?
My wife's grandmother.
Okay.
Yes. So when I first met my wife, again, I don't have to cook anymore. This is great. You know, as you can say, when the family gathering, it's like any other family gathering. They put on a lot of food. It's like a feast, right? And I was like, oh my God, I'm set for life. I don't have to cook anything anymore. And I was like, this is so good, you know? So, and she actually, so the grandmother, she used to be a town midwife. So back in Vietnam, I think every time when somebody's having a baby, as well as delivering a baby, she's also delivering the food.
Really?
As part of the package.
Wow.
So she's a wealth knowledge, and she can cook pretty much anything. We can go and ask her, like, hey, Grandma, we want to do this, we want to do this. And she literally just stand there and watch you like a hawk. And she have this little wooden spoon, as you do, and you'll be cutting something, and if it's too thick, she'll be like just tapping it on just make sure that you get the right consistency.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Because she doesn't really speak English, you see, so she'll show you and stuff. And then, like I say, when you do something wrong, this wooden spoon, she wouldn't hit you, but she was just tapping it, kind of like pointing it or something like that. Yeah.
So a lot of the dishes that you serve at Banh Mi Cafe are her recipes.
That's right. So it's her recipe, which is again it's Vietnamese with Kiwi ingredient and Kiwi influence.
Yeah.
And again, so it's kind of like, well, you get my grandmother-in-law, my wife, my mother-in-law, and then it's me. So I suppose it's like having 4 different input together, and we evolving. We kind of like true to our brand or true to the grandma philosophy. It's like by using the base of what's available here, but still giving you the best Vietnamese food we can give you.
Do you let the customers know that that's Grandma's recipes?
Yes, we also have. She was there at our opening night in her wheelchair. She can't really walk anymore. I think she was quite proud about it. I mean, there's also a picture of her.
Oh, that's nice.
We call it a family wall. So it's kind of like we want customers to feel like you're sitting in our kitchen with all these family portraits.
Yeah, well, you know, when I opened an Italian restaurant here, about 15 years ago, and it was all my mom's recipes.
That's right.
It was, you know, very New York Italian, and my family's pictures on the walls, and the people really enjoyed it. And because it had history, and there was a reason why I cooked, you know, those meatballs and the spaghetti and the tomato sauce, people really enjoyed that.
Yes.
And I'm sure that they feel the same way about you. You know, they're coming in there tasting a bit of history and you know, and culture. You know?
Agreed. And I think it's also to do with like the certain twist that, you know, like your mom might add something certain to a meatball, kind of like grandma would just do her pho different. So the pho is the Vietnamese noodle soup. So people come, sometimes they think, well, this is not the pho that they used to. It's like, well, this is our pho. It's just a little bit different, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, mom always does something a little bit different. I remember one time I was saying to my mother, I can't seem to get the meatballs exactly like yours. And
and she's like, there's a secret, son.
Yeah, it was. And
Yeah.
finally she told me, and I can get it very close now.
Yeah.
It's funny, when my wife cooks the meatballs sometimes, she makes it better than me, and it tastes just like mom's.
And sometimes it's like that. I started cooking in an Italian restaurant, and one of the things that when you start, you do the larder section and the dessert. So one of my jobs, and I'm actually quite proud of it, is making tiramisu, right? And eventually I passed, everybody liked my tiramisu. I passed the recipe on to my wife, and I think now she's making it better than me.
I know, amazing, huh?
I know, right? It's kind of like, yeah.
So your wife is now working in the cafe with you?
That's right. She didn't really want to start off with. So she came from a medical background, And it just got busier and busier. And one day I just asked her to come join us. And I actually remember the first day that we worked together. It was probably one of the most interesting days that we had in the restaurant because, again, if you come from a medical background, there's protocol that you follow, there's rules, and there's everything. And you know, you're in the hospital. Everything is kind of like on the go, right? It's on the spot. It's very spontaneous. So I was just saying to my wife, it's like, woman, here, look, can you go get me some duct tape or something like that? She's like, oh, what do you need duct tape for? I was like, oh, I just want to do something. She got duct tape, and I just start taping it on the ground. And like, you see that line? Here's a line here. And like, you're not allowed to come in here. This is my side, and that's your side, okay? So let's just do that for a week or so. And then we'll just, go from there.
Is this after the first few hours you had working with her?
That's right, yeah. But she just want to come do these and come change that. And she's like, this is too... I'm like, but this is how I work. I mean, it's not messy, You're getting used to what you're used to.
Of course, yeah.
And she just want to change everything. And like, hold on. Just back up the bus here. But
so how's it going now? Is she still trying to come over the line and fix things for you?
I mean, yeah, look, I'm really thankful that she's helping. I wouldn't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're sort of working together, I mean, if she's just agreeing with everything, that it wouldn't be us. Yeah.
So you have a recipe for us?
Yes.
We're going to go into the kitchen now and cook that.
That's right.
And what is it called?
So we got a Banh Mi, which is what our restaurant is named after. So the Banh Mi is the French. It actually came from France, as you know. When the French came over from France to Vietnam, they brought their baguette with them. And I suppose the Vietnamese didn't like it that much. So they just thought, well, we can put all our stuff in there. And speaking of recipe, we did have a recipe book that I actually created after talking to Grandma. And I write everything down as you do. And one day she came over and she just took it away from me.
Really?
That's it, yeah. Only because she said to me, she's like, we can't have a recipe. It needs to be up here because she's had for that recipe to go to somebody else.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Since we're talking about recipe, it's just like, it's really interesting. So.
All right, well, let's go into the kitchen and cook the banh mi.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Thank you. So we got the banh mi. So again, the banh mi is something that the French brought over when they went over to Vietnam. And as you know, the French, they're really good at their baking. And just the Vietnamese don't agree with the ham and cheese. So the Vietnamese just decided to put their own ingredients. So we got some coriander, some daikon, which is Chinese turnip, cucumber, and of course some meat rather than the ham and cheese.
Terrific. Well, yeah, the Vietnamese they've become really great bakers. I found that because you have a lot of bakeries that are Vietnamese owned. They're wonderful bakers, yeah.
So speaking of which, the banh mi here is my father-in-law. He also owned a bakery, like you said.
Oh, yeah?
And he's been owning a bakery since he came over from Vietnam back in 1970. So I think he's been going for 25 years or so.
So he's baking your bread?
Definitely.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
All right, shall we start cooking our beef?
Sure.
Yeah, so that's hot.
So what kind of beef are you using here?
This is the beef that we got from our local butcher. It's in Hamilton. It's a special cut. It's nothing too special. It's just a flank because
flank.
Yeah, it's just going in. But the key ingredient is, I suppose, our marinade. So we got our secret family recipe, as you do. Being Vietnamese, you're gonna have the secret. It's very versatile. So what we do is called it's got your typical Vietnamese, which got coriander, 5 spice, some chili, some palm sugar, and some fish sauce. And we just marinate it with some lemongrass, finely chopped lemongrass, and just leave it overnight. And here we have it. Yeah.
So do you need to put any oil in the pan?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
we do. So just a little bit of oil.
There we go.
You cook yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just finely cut. I mean, it's not,
So very shaved almost.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Kind of like a ham, right? That's going back to again being what was it? The French like their ham, but the Vietnamese obviously like their beef better. Yeah. And we're gonna season it a bit with hoisin sauce because we like our heat too. Some sriracha.
Oh,
Yeah. So just give it a good stir. So you'll cook.
okay. Do you want me to watch this for you?
Yes, please.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So should I break it all up?
Yes, please. Yeah. So you kind of want it kind of like a sort of a good consistency, so everything's all cooked right too.
Okay, do you want to, now you said you were going to, because we don't have a toaster here, you were going to do something special with your bread.
That's right. So the bread, the Vietnamese, we like to eat our bread from. This dish, we can eat this dish breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's pretty much any time. It's kind of like your hamburger, I guess. You know, you can have your hamburger, English muffin, but and I just come because we also got a food truck, and sometimes the food truck we're just getting real busy, so we just need to toast
Wow.
20 bread roll at once. You know, so
That's pretty cool.
that's right. So
So you're going to use a torch.
that's right. So we
Man,
just
that's
come up.
fantastic.
we
Oh, I
just
like
turn
that
it on.
idea.
There you go. Just toast it. Just get some. It's like, you know, going in the toaster. Just make it a bit warmer.
So you're just warming it up, not really toasting it, or?
Not so much. You know, you can have a little bit. As you can see, it starts to brown a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And on this side. There you go. And the whole thing is just to soften it up a bit too. It
Right.
doesn't need long. As you can see, you can smell it, you know. And the whole thing kind of like. And
Oh
that
my
starts
God,
to-
I smell that. That is delicious. Oh,
All right. So that seems about done.
that smells so good.
And you can feel the crust. So that's pretty much like better than what we had before. See what I mean?
Oh, very nice.
That's
Very,
right. That's how the French like it too, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to cut it down this line here. And here we have our house-made aioli. There you go. And I'm just going to add some more chili sauce to it. Now how's our beef doing?
This is all
See?
done here. This one
Yeah.
needs a little longer.
All right, you can start off with the first one. Got some cucumber. Yeah,
Nice.
and I'll just boil that for a second. So here's our Chinese turnip. Just add a little bit of sing into the dish.
Uh-huh.
Just rather than just be real heavy, it just sort of balances it up a bit. All right, and then this bit is done, so we can put our beef right there.
Looks so good.
Oh, you might come work for us. Think you'd be fit right
Well,
in.
I want you to come to my cafe and make these.
For sure. We can definitely do that. And here we have our coriander.
Look at that. Oh my God. And it's crunchy too.
That's right. Again, this is going back to the fact that all these herbs that we got here is growing in our own backyard.
Uh-huh.
Just because, you know, I think we can control the quality of it. We can
Oh,
get
absolutely. It's wonderful if you have the land to be able to grow your own herbs and all. We used to do that at my last cafe. We had such a big area that we were growing all the herbs. It's just
That's
fantastic.
right. Yeah, and we don't have to pay the crazy money that we, you know. So here we go, we have it. We can cut it in half.
Oh,
And you can kind of see the layer that we got here. So we got the cucumber, the aioli, the pickle, meat, and then your coriander. And if you like a bit of heat, can you handle a bit of heat?
yep,
Okay, so we can put some chili on it.
absolutely.
It's not too hot though, right? Just a little bit.
My wife's from China, and the city that she comes from, which is called Changsha, everybody knows that spicy food. Every dish
okay.
has chili in it. Every dish.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There you go. I'll go easy
Ah.
on you.
You know, I'm
Ah.
getting
And what we usually do, we have this little paper that we can wrap it on. So
beautiful. Look at that. Look
That's
at that.
right.
I can't wait to bite into this.
There you go. Yeah.
That is really good. That is
Wow.
really. So this is pretty easy for somebody to make at home.
That's right, for sure. You know.
They're
I
having a
mean-
nice barbecue at the house. A lot of friends over. What a great thing to do, huh?
That's right. So if you don't, I mean, you can just get any old French trick. It doesn't have to be the banh mi. I mean, it's obviously better if we use the banh mi, you know. But I mean, like you said, it's the Vietnamese French trick. So, and
What's
it's-
nice about it is that it's got that little crunch on the outside
and that's
and
the whole thing.
soft inside.
That's right. So that's the whole thing about toasting it, rather than, because at the moment, you know, it's kind of like neither here nor there, and you just want that toast, the crunchy bit. Yeah. So that's why we.
Well,
toast.
you know, my wife's gonna love that dish.
Yeah, and you can
That's
get
really
that
good.
from any Asian supermarket.
Uh-huh.
That's sriracha. Same with the hoisin.
Oh, that is just beautiful.
And as for our aioli, I can't tell you the secret, but you can also buy the Caphe mayo, which
Right.
is a Japanese mayo.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is also available at the Asian supermarket as well. And again, all this stuff, you can get cucumber, Chinese turnip, and they just need to be pickled with some vinegar.
So on your menu, do you do different sandwiches? Or
Yes, we do. So we got the ginger chicken, lemongrass beef, and we got the pork meatball, which are like a little bit of a pork patty, and the vegetarian option being tofu and mushroom.
Fantastic.
And every now and then we might throw in a special, like we got the soft shell crab. We even did the lobster ones,
Wow.
which is really good, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much anything goes, you know. And that's just going back to the fact it's like when the family came over after the war, they just sort of used the ingredient that's sort of available to them in New Zealand, because
Yeah.
you can imagine when they just moved here from Vietnam.
There was probably not a lot of choice back then.
That's right. So they kind of have to adopt to what's available here.
Yep.
So the ginger chicken that we got at work is actually the recipe that come from grandma. So she just like to use the ginger, and that's why, I mean, I don't have it today, but you know, the beef here is, I think it's my favorite anyway. That's why I choose it.
It's absolutely delicious.
All right.
I'm gonna go back to stealing another bite. Very good.
And you want to have a,
Thank you so much.
you want to have turn of toasting the bread there, John?
Sure.
There you go. So you just turn it on a bit until you can hear the gas. Keep going. Keep going. A bit more. There you go. All right. So you just want to get the smell, you know, the crust going, like what you had before. There you go. For sure.
Is that good?
Yes?
All right. Fantastic.
Again, would you like to make it?
No, I'll do it. That's
fine.
cool.
Yeah.
So can
So
I
you sit all the way here?
on this side here?
That's right. That's it. Some aioli.
On the bottom?
That's right. Just the one side. A little bit chili. How hot was that last one?
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, there you go. So we can put some more chili on the next one. Some our beef.
Okay, so the beef next. Okay. This is gonna be, oh my God, this is looking so good. Look at that.
Have some cucumber.
Cucumber.
Just put it on top of the beef there. That's right.
How many slices you put? Just the two?
Usually about 2 or 3. But
Okay,
that's
and
probably
then
good.
some of the,
Pickle. I think you got a job with us now.
all right.
Yeah. You make the banh mi.
Fantastic. I want to come down and check this place out.
Yeah. And now you cut it in half, just like this. That's it.
Beautiful. Look at that. Ah, yummy. That's fantastic. Why don't we bring the real chef from your restaurant over here? Ava, come on over. Come on, Ava, step up over there. So I understand you're the real chef
You help Daddy sometime? That's right. And you like to be at the restaurant too?
Yeah.
What do you do at the restaurant, Ava?
I do serving and make food.
Oh, you
Wow.
make food. And you like the banh mi too, right?
Are you the taste tester as well? So should you taste that and tell us if it's made perfectly?
There you go. So Uncle John make this one?
Is it any chili?
There's no chili. Yeah.
Dad took the chili out of
That's
that one
right.
for
yeah.
you.
So you can try this one. It's good.
Is
You
it
like the
good?
beef?
It's good.
What score?
I made that one.
Yeah, Uncle John made that one. What score would you give that one?
10.
10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
A high five. Yeah.
Give me a high five.
Yeah,
There you go.
10 out of 10.
Fantastic.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
so much.
All right.
Wonderful. So that was fantastic, and it was great to have Ava along helping us try the meal and cook the meal, and all. It was wonderful.
That's right.
So you have 2 children?
That's right. Ava and Lucy. Ava's 6 and Lucy's 4. And they always want to see what I'm up to in the kitchen.
It must be very hard to raise a family, a young family, and have a cafe as well.
That's right. I mean, they always want to be. They always want. It's like, Daddy, I want to go to Banh Mi. And it's like, well, what are you gonna do there? It's like, I don't know. She just want to go there. And when she go there, she want to be in the kitchen. As you know, kids they just want to run around. But in that environment, there's knives and stuff. But I mean, she's cut some stuff before. Thank God, nothing happened yet. Yeah, she just always want to see what Mum and Dad is up to, like
Was-
any other kid.
I could see she's very interested in it.
That's right.
So your Banh Mi cafe is open 7 days a week?
Only 5 days.
5 days a week?
This is going back to what you said about family.
Yeah.
So Sunday and Monday. Sunday is more like a family day. That's when we spend our time a lot with our 2 girls.
Yep.
And Monday is just catching up with paperwork, admin, and
Yep.
that sort of stuff.
Oh, terrific.
Mm.
So Tuesday to Saturday, and what are the hours?
From 12 o'clock to just whenever, just 12 o'clock from lunchtime, and just when the customer go at night.
Oh, so you're open fairly late, or?
Yeah, I think sometime 11 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, just
Oh.
depends. We got a good sized bar as well, so sometimes they might just be sitting down and drinks afterwards, enjoy each other's company.
Oh,
Or
terrific.
sometimes I come join them.
Well, I'll tell you, that banh mi sandwich was beautiful. That
Thank
was
you.
absolutely delicious. I'm craving it now, and
Thank you.
I'll have to come down to Hamilton and visit you.
Looking forward to
That would
it.
be great. I enjoy the trip down to Hamilton.
All
It's,
right.
it's a great little town. Thank your grandmother.
Yes.
I think that's wonderful that she's giving you the recipes. I think that's so special, and maybe one day she'll let you pass a few of them on.
All right.
Which is really, it's good that things get passed on. Otherwise, it'll be put in a book and never used again.
Agreed.
So thank her, and will she watch the show? She'll watch you on the show?
Yes, yes.
Fantastic.
I'm sure she will.
Oh, well, terrific. Pat, thank you for being
Thank
on the
you.
show.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to have you here, and you keep up the good work, and I'm sure you do great.
Thank you.